Hi, this is Josh, your Tech Spec, and I got a question recently about this control right here. Send me a copy of my responses when we're sending tests and quizzes to students in Google Forms. So the teacher's concern was that students may be switching this on to get a copy of their test and quiz responses, and then using that copy of their responses to facilitate the sharing of those tests and quizzes, which on a test and quiz we call cheating as opposed to collaborating. So right now, what I suspect most, so here I am as the editor. You see when I'm in Teacher, my top of my Chrome window is purple. If we take a look in the settings under the gear, right now by default it's set to anyone in Fairfield, Sassoon, anyone in the domain can respond. And usually before the new Google Forms, we always had teachers turn this on, automatically collect respondents, Fairfield Sassoon Unified School District address, and that way we didn't have to ask for their email in the form. But by automatically collecting the email response is what enables this control to even be there. So to eliminate the send me a copy of my responses, we would need to do one thing, and the thing we need to do is automatically collect respondents needs to be turned off. So we're not going to collect their username anymore. Generally for a quiz, we do want to turn on can submit only one, but again, that's optional. So if I save now, and then we go back to what the student sees but refresh the page, you see that option is now gone. So what you may want to do if you use things like Flubaroo or Formule, where you want to be able to automatically email back, because with Flubaroo, Formule, and any of the forms or sheets add-ons, the reason we automatically collect username and data is so that we can automatically send things back, and our form add-on will just work with us. So what we're going to end up doing is we're going to end up adding a short answer question where we ask the student, what is your FSUSD student email? And then we're going to make that a required question. And then down here at the three dots, to make sure they enter a valid email, as in it's constructed in a valid way, we're going to turn on data validation. We're going to switch it to text and say that it's an email address. Now these things make it required, so they have to fill it in and can't accidentally skip putting in their email. The whole turning on data validation, you don't have to do that. I think it's a good practice so that your kids can't write S12345 at FSUSD and stop, like they forget the .org, or they just write the first part and stop before they get to @ this isn't going to stop them. What it will not safeguard against is putting in the wrong email address. And again, there's no way to do that without turning this on back here. But if we turn this on and we're automatically collecting, then what happens is they get the choice to get a copy of their emails. So now I've added this question, and let's go back and refresh up here. And as soon as it loads, you see I'm collecting an email, but I don't get the send me a copy of my responses anymore. So turning off that one option is really the only way to do that. Also, a note, I'm refreshing because I already have this page loaded. If you send out your quiz through Google Classroom or direct email and you already have, again, you want to uncheck this box. You want to make sure this is off so that they don't have the option to get a copy of their responses. They won't have to like refresh the page. If you have this all set up ahead of time, there's no refreshing needed on the part of the students. I have to refresh this one because I already had it loaded. So there you go. I hope that answers the question. How do we get that send me a copy of my responses option turned off to minimize the sharing of test answers?